Now, some high-tech devices are headed to a couple of Calgary schools. They're part of a University of Calgary project exploring the use of robot-assisted walking devices called Trexos. Dr. Elizabeth Conliffe is the lead on this project. She's the director of the Pony Lab at the University of Calgary's Cummings School of Medicine. So, I mean, just describe the pilot project for us. What are you trying to figure out? What's this going to look like?
Yeah, these robot-assisted walking aids and some of our other research have been shown to have really impactful benefits for children with severe disabilities who cannot walk. And what we're really trying to do is take the next step toward achieving a way that they can sustainably access them. And with this project, we're looking at use in the school environment and how it facilitates participation in the school environment, as well as the physical benefits of the exercise and the training.
Okay, so describe one of these devices. Am I right to call them a robot?
Yeah, they are. They are a robot. So essentially, they have two robotic legs that have motors at the hips and knees, and they're built onto a walker that's a standard piece of equipment that many children with mobility impairments have. And the motors at the hips and knees will guide the legs through a walking pattern. Really, they facilitate walking for children who cannot walk or have significant difficulties walking.
So there would be, I know they're not in schools yet. This is sort of a project that's at its beginning, but have you seen kids step into these?
Yeah, we've done a few studies with these. It's really great. Many of the kids really enjoy it. It's a way of interacting with others that they haven't done before, a way of moving through the environment that they may not have experienced before or not as experienced as easily or as fast.
The school environment, there are some obvious reasons or ways of thinking about it, but say some more about why you want to figure out how these could work in the school environment.
Yeah, as I mentioned, these devices are proving to be quite impactful, but they're hard to access. And they're also hard to have the time and the flat environment to use them in. And the school environment has a flat environment, and children with significant mobility impairments are hard to integrate and sometimes excluded from physical education and recesses in the same way. And these devices can potentially facilitate that, as well as, facilitate walking between classes, getting that little bit of exercise in that time as well. And kids are there for a fair bit of time, and it seems to be one way that we could potentially ensure access and use, and also more complete participation in the education curriculum.
What's happening at the U of C around this kind of research?
Yeah, so I'm a faculty at the University of Calgary. I'm also a physician at the Children's Hospital. Okay. And so we are part of the U of C in doing this research as part of the Restore Network, a group of scientists really looking to help with the multi-system impacts of neurologic chronic injuries. So we're trying to tackle it from many different directions, looking at the impacts on all the different effects on the body, not just on the benefit toward movement, as well as there are other scientists who are working on different aspects of device improvements and design for other devices too.
Yeah. On the people who, may use it in the schools, but also that you've worked with before, is it typically someone who has never walked or someone who has been injured and can no longer walk?
Most of our users are people who have never walked or who have always had significant difficulty walking, generally walk just for maybe a few steps between the bed and their wheelchair sort of thing. There have been a few who've been injured and cannot walk, and really, while most people have cerebral palsy who use this device, that's just because it's the biggest population. And I think what's important is these devices aren't for anyone with a specific diagnosis, but for people who have the common impairment of difficulty walking.